Hi friends, in this video we will try to have a basic discussion of what carbohydrates are. In that, what are monosaccharides, how the basic monosaccharides get evolved into a complex structure called as polysaccharides, right? So let's get into the discussion. So we have the term here carbohydrates. As the name suggests, we have two component here. One is the carbon, the other one is the water. Okay, hydrate. So they are called as hydrates of carbon. It is carbon that contains water. So that's what the exact meaning of this particular term. So this puts into a formula CnH2ON. Okay, so this is the basic structure of a formula of a carbohydrate, right? Now this N, okay, this N can have a value right from 3 to 7, can have a value right from 3 to 7. Say in case if this N value is going to be 3, right? So this N value is going to be 3, the structure is going to be C3H6O3. You call this as the sugar as triose. Okay, triose. Say if N value is going to be 4, C4H8O4, you call this as tetrose. And friends, this will keep on going till the N value which is 7, right, as I have mentioned here. But we will see the common dietary carbohydrate that we consume will have N value 6. So the formula is going to be C6H12O6, which is going to be hexose. Okay, hexose. And the common example that you have is glucose, fructose, galactose, mannose. Okay, glucose, fructose, galactose, mannose are the common dietary sugars that we consume. And as I said, this will keep going till N value 7. Okay, right. So friends, any compound, okay, be it a triose, tetrose, hexose, you see that it is going to have a basic structure of CnH2ON. Hence, it will be referred as a saccharide. Okay, that is SACCHARID, saccharide, or you can call it as a sugar. So there is sweetening substance, and it is called as sugar, right? And normally the meaning of sugar, what is conveyed to us, is the one what we use in our household purposes, which is extracted from sugarcane, which is a sucrose, which is an example of a sugar. But sucrose itself is not a sugar. All these things, or let me say any compound with this CnH2ON formula will be referred as a carbohydrate or sugar. Okay, right. So this is a idea, okay, where we have seen what a basic carbohydrates are. Okay, right, friends. When you see these things, say let's take glucose or fructose or galactose or mannose, you see this structure, that is CnH2ON, getting repeated only once. Hence, it will be referred as a monosaccharide. Okay, it will be referred as a monosaccharide. Okay, say in case if this monosaccharide M1 plus M2 is getting repeated twice, or the saccharides is getting repeated twice, that is M1 plus M2. So what term can we give here? It will be referred as a disaccharide. Okay, it will be referred as a disaccharide. Say for example, we have glucose as a monosaccharide. Let's consider another glucose as a monosaccharide. So you have a disaccharide which is maltose. Okay, as a maltose, right? Or glucose plus galactose. You can take any combination of monosaccharides that I have listed in the previous slide. So glucose plus galactose, you have lactose. okay, which is commonly found in milk, so hence it is called as a milk sugar. Okay, it can also be glucose plus fructose. You call this as a sucrose, the one which we normally call it as a sugar in our household purpose. Okay, so which is called as a cane sugar. Okay, cane sugar. Okay, so you can have any such combination. What I have mentioned here is the common disaccharides, okay, that we normally use in our consume through our food. So any of this, okay, it will be referred as a disaccharide. As you know that it is made up of two monosaccharides and two saccharides. Okay, right. Now, since these are chemicals, friends, it should be connected by some bond, right? And the bond between these two monosaccharides will be the glycosidic bond. Okay, it will be the glycosidic bond. Okay, right. Now, what if the monosaccharides are added further, like M1, M2, M3? So generally, we above M2 we call it as a polysaccharide, but still M3 to M9 or M10 we call it as an oligosaccharide. Okay, we call it as an oligosaccharide. There is the length of the carbohydrate chain ranging from 3 to 9. Okay, but many monosaccharides we will call it as a polysaccharide. Okay, P-O-L-Y-S-A-C-C-H-A-R-I-D-E. We call it as a poly. As you know, the poly means many, saccharides means sugar. So it is made up of many sugars. Okay, it is made up of many sugars, right? So which means that the CnH2ON is getting repeated many times. If it is of 2 times disaccharide, if it is of 3 times trisaccharide, you can keep on adding till 9, you call it as an oligosaccharide. But let's say, so assume it is repeating many times, 100 times, 1000 times, then you call it as a polysaccharide, right? Now, this polysaccharide might have a sugar or a monosaccharide of a single type, or it could be of many types. Say for example, you can take starch. Starch is just made up of glucose alone. Okay, or you can take glycogen, which is again made up of glucose alone. You can take cellulose, which is again made up of glucose alone. So you can wonder how same glucose when it polymerizes, one becomes starch. How come one become glycogen? How come one become the cellulose? What matters here is the bonding pattern, the biochemical bonding pattern. So that makes one combination as the starch, the resort food material in the plant, other as a glycogen, other as the cellulose, right? Let's need not worry about those things here. But the point to be derived here is, okay, this glucose is made up of, the starch is made up of many number of glucose, glycogen is made up of many number of glucose, cellulose is made up of many number of glucose. So hence we call this as a homopolysaccharide. Okay, homopolysaccharide. Homo means same. On the other hand, if the polysaccharide is going to have more than one type of monosaccharide, we can call this as a heteropolysaccharide. Okay, or you can also call this a heteroglycans. Okay, it is also called as homoglycans. Okay, homoglycans. Okay, heteroglycans. So heteropolysaccharides. So what could be the example of heteropolysaccharides? It could be heparin. Okay, heparin. It could be hyaluronic acid. Okay, and many such examples will have, which are basically polysaccharides having more than one type of monosaccharide. So this is what is called as a heteropolysaccharide. Friends, normally the carbohydrates are one of the staple food that what we consume, rice, wheat, okay, whatever we have is made up of starch, right? This starch that we consume through our food will get broken down to simpler substance, which is glucose. Now we know that the starch is made up of it's a polymer of glucose, right, which is a complex. So this is getting broken down to individual substance which is called as glucose, and you call this process as digestion, which normally happens in our digestive system. Thereby we define digestion as the breakdown of complex substance to simpler food substance, right? So now I believe that you will have an idea of what basically carbohydrates are and what are monosaccharides and how monosaccharides get evolved into a polysaccharides and how digestion is relevant to this particular context, right? So let's meet in another video, friends. Thanks for watching.